Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFL.
Well, your work week continues to move towards opening day. Opening day will be a Thursday that will show you the Cowboys against the defending champions. A game that you can hear right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal, leading into your first full NFL weekend of the season. And boy, do we have you covered. What's up, boys and girls? I think we got a ton of show for you today. I think you're going to really, really enjoy what's going on today. 505-246-0610 is how to get in. If you want to get in, early's probably best today. The opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, thanks for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. How you living?
What it do?
Got a lot of show today, I think. Coming up at 8 o'clock, guest list. Fernando Lobo's going to be in studio, the University of New Mexico athletic director, headed into the home opener for football. A lot of changes out there, and it was interesting. Somebody asked him at the press conference yesterday, I think the same guy asked him both questions, like, how many people are you expecting? How many would be okay, successful? I'm like, don't bite, don't give him a number. And he answered it well, And I think the same person asked him, you've never been to a Lobo football game. But yet you've got all these changes. Why are you making all these changes? And he said he's been to one game in that stadium. That was the Isleta New Mexico Bowl. But why? Because things needed to change. And he got with his staff and he saw how things were being done and what operations were, and he made changes. And he said yesterday, like, don't be afraid to be wrong. It's not going to be perfect the first time, but look, man, whether you go out there, whether you got your excuses or you want to go out and watch this football team play, I think they put together an exciting football team that's tough. And I do know that this administration, led by this athletic director, is attempting to make a difference. And, game one, there will be hiccups, there'll be new traffic patterns, and there'll be all kinds of different things. And Louis Lane and whatever. And you and I have talked about this forever. You can put as many jumpies and beer gardens and bands out there as you want. Teams got to win football games, right? But I will give you this. If nothing else, this athletic director is attempting to make a difference, and he's not afraid to try things, and not everything's going to work. And I will give him the credit for that, the benefit of the doubt for that.
Absolutely. It's still a business, and you need to evolve. You need to add things that will get people to your doorstep. And then the next step is, once they're inside, can that football team keep them for the second half? Because you get people there, get them in the door, enjoy the first half, and then the product has to be good. But if you have an overall environment that is welcoming, which this season will be, has opportunities once you're in the stadium for affordable concessions, classic hot dog, popcorn, water, soda, $4. Like, these are steps that are fantastic, that are getting people's attention, and it's all part of it. It's not as simple as just winning people will come. It's not that simple.
Although I think you need to win for people to come.
Well, you need to win for people to come the second half of the season, for people to stay for the second half of the football game. But initially, to be welcoming, to show that the understanding that we've harped on this entire time of this is a big picture thing when it comes to football, is I think what they've implemented this season is a really good start. It's welcoming to fans, because at some point in time, yes, you have to win. It's sports. You're invested. You care because you want the outcome to be there. But at this point in the season, first couple of games, just getting people out there, getting people to enjoy it. If it's the same old, then the atmosphere is going to be the same lackluster thing we've seen.
Yeah, and so that's why they're doing what they're doing. And they're doing, they'll have TVs up. It's a 1 o'clock game, and there'll be other games up. They will have, the beer garden and Louis Lane, whatever that all means. And you can go out and tailgate. You can go do what you want to do. And so, look, man, you can give me your excuses why you're not going to go. Cool. And it's okay to just say, man, I'm not into it. Cool. Right? Not everybody's into it, man. Everybody doesn't go to United games as much as they tell you everybody does go, right? They got their core. It's not everybody's thing. Maybe this is, whatever. I all I would suggest is if you're thinking about it, taste it, man. Go out and give it a shot. And Fernando's going to be in at 8 o'clock. Looking forward to having him in studio. And we'll run a bunch of stuff by him, scheduling and the new year and the new academic / athletic year, basketball scheduling, all kinds of stuff that we can, whatever you want to get into. If you got some questions that you want us to run by Fernando Lobo, you can hit us. Emails Jeff@sportsanimalabq.com, and of course JJ@sportsanimalabq.com. On the text, it's 505-246-0610. Send us that, and you can call us there as well. I got a lot going on elsewise. We'll talk about football at 9. Sean Ryder's going to be here. We'll do Ryder on the radio. He's the beat writer that covers global football for the Albuquerque Journal. So we'll catch up with him. At some point, Forrest is coming through. Isotopes have a homestand, second to last. And you and I are throwing out the first pitch today. You ready for that?
How about that?
Yeah.
You need to warm up a little bit.
Do you? Are you worried about this? Is this something, like, everybody freaks out on this?
No.
Dude, until I go out and embarrass myself, I still believe I can throw a ball 60 feet. Right? I mean, I'm not too worried about this. Can you get it there? I'm pretty sure I can throw a ball 60 feet. 45. They have me in front of the mound, right? So it's like 45 feet. Right?
That is correct.
Yeah, pretty sure. I think. Now watch me just chuck it or airmail it or ground it, but I think we're all right with that. So that's what we got today. Top 25 came out yesterday. A couple of things in the top 25 that I thought was interesting. Ohio State leapfrogs to the top. They leapfrogged Penn State after beating number 1 Texas, which, look, here, I don't care much about rankings in September. I don't. I don't know that they mean a lot. But there are some interesting things in there. Alabama slipping at 21. There's part of me that was a little bit surprised that they were still in the poll. Boise State completely fell out. No votes, nothing. Not surprising at all. Clemson drops down just to 8 after losing to
LSU.
Thank you. LSU, and LSU moves all the way up to 3. Top 5, Ohio State, Penn State, LSU, Georgia, Miami. Oregon's at 6. Anything surprise you?
Not really surprised. In the rankings early in the season, you can say that, but they get in people's head. You see that, you can't forget that. Even if you're on that selection committee, it kind of starts to form your initial opinions of how good a team is, where they should be. And when you look at the polls early in the season, things can change. We always see one or two teams that are completely off, but until that changes, these are the foundations that people build their college football opinions on. When you look at the top 25 poll, not just before week 1, but right after week 1. And I am with you. I think they gave some teams the benefit of the doubt, especially Alabama, with the way they looked. But then seeing the jump from not ranked to 14 is a huge tip of the cap to Florida State.
Yeah. Michigan drops from 14 to 15 after beating New Mexico. They will play Oklahoma this week. The Sooners are ranked 18th, so you got a 15-18 matchup. SMU is led a New Mexico Bowl champion from or runner-up from a few years ago at number 17. TCU receiving votes did not get in after their thumping of North Carolina. Utah and Devin Dampier crawled in at number 25. BYU's just outside. They would be the next team in. And then Auburn, Georgia Tech, SC, Louisville, and TCU. No group of 5 teams are ranked. The team receiving the most votes in the group of 5 would be South Florida after their win over Boise State, then Tulane. UNLV received votes out of the Mountain West Conference. 4 of them. That would be it. Arizona State comes in at number 12 regionally. Oklahoma, 18. Texas A&M, 19. And Texas Tech is in at number 24, along with Utah at 25. So the rankings are interesting. If they mean much to you, that's where they are. But Ohio State did leapfrog Penn State in the polls. Kalen DeBoer's just getting beat, man. I mean, how long does he last? That's a $70 million buy.
I know it's Alabama. Do they got anyone that can step up and cover that?
Well, when you start considering revenue sharing, and this is something I'm really interested in talking to Fernando Lobo about. Not that he's in the market right now to buy out a coach, but he's been at Texas. He's been at places where there's theoretically tons and tons of money. How this is going to change in this new era of college athletics, where you've got huge revenue issues. Like how are you going to go cut a softball program or go cut a women's gymnastics program or tennis program or lacrosse or whatever, and yet hand a coach $70 million to walk? How do you justify that? Well, it's football, right? But how do you just say we're going to take away all these opportunities from these student athletes or potential student athletes, and we're going to give Jimbo Fisher, or in this case, we're talking about Kalen DeBoer after one game, $70, $60, $50 million to go away? I just don't know that you're going to see those buyouts. Now, the answer is you don't structure the contracts thusly, but I don't know how else there is around it. You're going to give a guy $8 to $10 million a year and give him a 6-year deal, right? Where are you going?
Yeah, and that's something that over the summer when all the stories come out, who's on the hot seat, this or that, I'm really interested to see how even the quote-unquote big money schools handle this now in this era where there's an extra chunk of money going to players with the contracts to coaches that are guaranteed in a lot of respects with the buyout money on it. How are you handling this situation if you're Alabama? Because already they're trying to, the fan base, they're trying to hit the eject button, and there's a big old $70 million price tag right there.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. All right, so we got all that to get into. When we get back, Micah's agent spoke, Micah Parsons' agent. Not sure I think he did himself a whole lot of good, but what Micah Parsons' agent said when in his long-form interview on First Take yesterday, and I mean, we'll see. But David Mulligetta was out there, and he certainly spoke a lot. Curious if that makes you feel any better or worse, Cowboy fan, or I mean, does it matter to you at this point? He's gone, and he's not yours, and so he's somebody else's issue, I imagine. So we'll get into that when we get back. 505-246-0610. Game day tomorrow. Remember that right here on the Sports Animal, we will have Cowboys and Eagles. Everybody's shooting for a ring. Maybe you are as well. Everybody wants the jewelry. You probably do as well. I got your jeweler, and it is John Thomas Jewelers. They are my jeweler. They were my jeweler the second I walked in their door, and I didn't even know I wanted or needed a jewelry store, but I have one now. If you're getting engaged, there's no other place. John Thomas Jewelers has something called the No Regrets Engagement Ring. It is amazing. First of all, they got over 3,000 men's and bridal rings on set for you to go look at right now. So if you're getting engaged, there's only one place. But how do you know she's going to love that ring? Maybe you don't like any of the 3,000. Maybe you want to design a ring. They'll do that for you right there at their state-of-the-art design center on premises. And any ring you design with them, and you'll see it in 3D, you can preview it in 3D printed wax before it's made in precious metals. But if she wants something different, she loves you but maybe doesn't love the ring, you've got an entire year to redesign that ring after you propose. There's no penalty, not even on custom-made rings. Plus, all of their rings come with a free lifetime nationwide warranty. Their diamonds are hand-selected by John Thomas Jewelers in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world. That means you cannot find a brighter, more brilliant, more beautiful diamond anywhere. It is the No Regrets engagement ring, and it is exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers. Go visit them on the 3rd floor. Lewis University building there on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal, right across from the Coronado Mall. See why they've been voted the best jeweler in Albuquerque for 5 straight years and voted one of America's coolest jewelry stores. It is John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234.
Picks, and, you know. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck come on in today, 505-246-0610. So Micah Parsons' agent is David Mulugheta. And Mulugheta was on First Take yesterday with Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. And he said that Parsons wanted to be a Cowboy, that Micah was never going to sit out the opener. He loves the game too much. He was always going to play. And that it came down to the negotiations tactics with Jerry Jones. JJ, I don't know how much of what you saw with Mulugheta yesterday. He tried to explain the whole thing away. And we're going to get into what he said. Did you think he did himself any good yesterday? Did you think he helped himself?
I think at this point, Jerry Jones, Micah Parsons, there's not much they can say that's going to change how messy it was. And when something went on this long, when there's that many fingers pointed at each other, they're definitely both at fault for how sour this went.
I think that's right. Mulugheta said that the Cowboys would not negotiate with him, he being the agent for the player. And this is what became pretty apparent about 4 weeks ago. Jerry Jones believed, as the owner and the general manager of the Dallas Cowboys, that when he sat down with the player, they had a handshake agreement, and that was it. And this is exactly how I told you I thought it was playing out. That he thought that he met with the player, and they had a deal directly in a meeting back in March. And evidently, according to Micah, and now his agent, the player went to include his representation, and Jerry didn't want to talk to the representative, which is a violation of the collective bargaining. This is a quote from the agent now. If you are a then 25-year-old football player, and your boss, who happens to be the most powerful person in the NFL, starts talking about contracts, it's hard for you to end that conversation. So they had a conversation. Micah nodded his head out of respect. Obviously, there's a power dynamic that's a little different there. One guy's the owner of the team and the GM. The other one is Micah Parsons, a young 25-year-old football player. So I'm not sure if there was miscommunication there by the time Micah walked out, but at no point did Micah believe that he was negotiating a contract, end quote. Mulugheta framed this conversation as being about leadership and not about a contract negotiation when he called the meeting. Jerry Jones contends that he believes the handshake was an agreement with Micah Parsons, because in the past the Cowboys and Jones have directly negotiated with players. Now, that's not explicitly a violation of the CBA, but not allowing the agent is, right? Mulugheta said he reached out a bunch of times before that, after that, to inquire about negotiations. The Cowboys weren't interested in talking to him. Quote again, Mulugheta: to expect someone like Micah Parsons to be one of the best defenders in the NFL and also a great lawyer when it comes to contracts, I think is a bit unfair. His job is to go out there and chase quarterbacks, and our job is to go out there and chase commas for him. I'm not exactly sure why it went this way, but we were always prepared and open to negotiating a contract with the Jones family. What do you hear here?
just no one that wants to take accountability. Situation didn't quite go as either wanted it to. No one wants to look bad, so they're all saying their exact version of the story, which I'm sure there's a little truth in either side. But at this point, outside of like fan bases arguing who's right or whose side you want to be on, if I'm Micah Parsons, I'm even telling my agent, like, dude, let's move on. Like, I got my guaranteed money. Like, I don't need to be throwing more shots, this or that. I don't think anyone's character is been defamed to the point of like, oh my gosh, this or that. It was high level negotiations where there might have been some miscommunications and both parties being kind of stuck in the mud. And here we are.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Mulligetta, went out and did what he wanted to do here, which I really firmly believe is say, look, man, Jerry's the bad guy here. Micah he's just a 25-year-old. I mean, what do you tell me? He's not very smart? Well, no, I'm telling you he's not a lawyer. So you tell me he doesn't know what he was talking about in there. Jones says, and this is the Cowboys, that they offered Micah Parsons the largest guaranteed money for a non-quarterback in NFL history. And I don't doubt him if he says it. Right? North of $150 million guaranteed, JJ. That would have been $40.5 million a year average from the Cowboys. Would have made him the highest paid defensive player at that point. Right? The biggest difference in the Cowboys offer, the Packers offer was length. The Cowboy was 5 years. Mulligetta figures that would have cost Parsons $60 to $70 million. Right? So he got it for him. And Mulligetta gets paid on what he gets the player. He gets a percentage. I don't know, man. I really just want to be over this.
And people are locked in at this point of whose side they're on, who they believe. Like, I don't think anything else, whether it's the agent doing that interview, what we've seen from Jerry Jones, is going to sway you one way or the other. And people always say, why do you side with owners and all that? They have the money. You know why people side with Jerry Jones? Why they're people? Because they're Cowboy fans. They're not Micah Parsons fans. They're fans of the Dallas Cowboys, and fans ride or die with their franchise 99% of the time, regardless of what happens. So this is why you're going to be locked into one side or the other.
Well, if you tell me that Jerry Jones wanted to pay this man $150 million guaranteed, and again, I told you this a couple weeks ago, in Jerry's mind, whether this is right or wrong, okay? Jerry's made millions and billions and billions of dollars. And I'm going to guess he's got a lot of them done on handshake deals, don't you think? And in his mind, when they shake hands and come to an agreement, all you got to do is sign the papers. We got a deal. And I firmly believe that in his mind, he was disrespected. I sat down with a man to man, face to face. We talked about it. We shook hands. We had a deal. Now, should Jerry be negotiating with a 25-year-old whose expertise is not negotiation and the legal stuff? Probably not.
But I'm sure that's what he's done the majority of his career.
That's my point. Yeah.
He tries to get in here, make sure, hey, I don't want the agent trying to milk more out of this deal. Let me just get this handshake down with Micah. Then we can say, hey, boom, we got it locked in. I think what it does is antennas go up on everyone else. Like the next franchise player, whoever that may be. Next, would you like to join me for lunch? My agent can come.
Yeah, no,
we're so good, we don't get in this situation.
I just had some Taco Bell, man. I'm good.
Because they got deals done. Deron Bland just got
they just got another deal.
Extended.
Like he's gotten deals done his whole career. I mean, literally, this is the only one that didn't get done, right? This is really the only one that did not get done, and in his mind, he had it done. I don't know, man. I mean, Jerry Jones, one thing Jerry is not known for is being stingy and not paying guys. Now, he may draw these things out. He may cost himself more money by drawing these things out till the end. Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. Hell, go back to Emmitt Smith, right? But one thing he does do is eventually pay these guys, doesn't he? Almost all the time.
Checks.
Yeah, almost all the time. Cowboy fan, I don't know, does that make you more sick? Do you like that? 505-246-0610. It's really interesting to me. It really is. 505-246-0610. 0610. All right, when we get back, we're going to look at tomorrow's games. I want to look at the opening week slate. The U.S. Open got spicy yesterday, too. And Shohei. Oh, more Shohei stuff as the Dodgers get beat in Pittsburgh. We'll hit that as well. Hey, I ask you every day who's watching your home because I want it to be the good guys and not the bad guys. You've worked too hard to build what you've got, your home, your business. You don't need a bad guys going in there and destroying it. IPS watches my home. They watch hundreds of homes and businesses all around Albuquerque and Santa Fe as well. You see them everywhere. In your neighborhood, when you go to the store, you see them everywhere. Why? Because they keep the bad guys away. It's affordable private security at a time where we need affordable private security because property crime continues to be on the rise. The officer shortage continues to be an issue. IPS will offer you standing guards if you want eyes on your property around the clock. They will install an alarm system for you and cameras. They have a state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24 hours, 7 days a week. This raises the level of security around your home and around your business. So don't wait to be a victim. It is then too late. If you've not been a victim of property crime, I know you know somebody who has. A quick response to your alarm, standing guards at your business. This is what IPS does. You sleep better at night. 505-897-2420 is the number. 505-897-2420. You can go to ipsglobal.com. IPS is passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all.
If you're listening to the NFL, you're listening to the Sports Animal. And thanks for remembering that. It all starts tomorrow. Cowboys, Eagles, 5 o'clock right here on the Sports Animal. You get Friday night football. Chiefs, Chargers. Where are they playing? Like in Brazil or something? That game's at 5:30 Friday right here on the Sports Animal. Over the weekend, the Sports Animal will have Oregon and Oklahoma State at 1 o'clock. Noon over on News Radio KKOB, Lobos and Idaho State. And then on Sunday, boy, do we got a pack for you. The early game, the 10:30 window, right here on the Sports Animal. Giants and Commanders. Same window, 10:30, 11 o'clock window. Over on KTBL, we will have the Raiders and the Patriots. And then the evening game, how about this? Ravens and Bills, right here on the Sports Animal. Monday Night Football, Vikings and Bears, of course, here on the Sports Animal. If you are listening to the National Football League, you are listening to the Sports Animal. UNM Athletic Director Fernando Lobo is going to be in studio coming up here at 8 o'clock. Sean Ryder will do Ryder on the Radio with the beat writer for the Albuquerque Journal covering Lobo football. Sean Ryder coming up at 9 o'clock this morning. JJ Shohei hit his 100th homer for the Dodgers. They got beat yesterday, 9-7. Second hardest hit home run of the season at 120 mile an hour exit velo. 46 home run of the season. And the hardest hit ball of his career, which is crazy to me. But in 294 games, he hit 100 home runs, fastest to reach 100 home runs in team history. Gary Sheffield was the other guy, and he shattered it. So 294 for Shohei. It took Sheffield 399 games. That's what this guy does. Just a different dude, man.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's doing something crazy every night. There's some fantastic storylines that Major League Baseball has to at least be a headliner or two at this point in the season. What Shohei is doing, then they lose the game, but then Cal Raleigh's chase. We got some mashers right now.
On Cal Raleigh, the big dumper hit his 51st and his first home run of September. He's threatening the American League record. I don't know that he gets to 62. That's Aaron Judge's record from 2022. But the record for a switch hitter is 54. And he's got a whole month to hit Mickey Mantle's mark of 54. So Cal Raleigh is on a roll. And that's the big dumper, who I do believe will be your MVP in the American League. And then you get a little spice between the Rockies and the Giants last night, JJ. Look at your Rockies. Cute little Rockies with a little fire.
It's embarrassing, man.
But what was it, like 2 batters in? 3 players were ejected. So Rafael Devers of the Giants. And he's been hitting. He hits a 2-run home run. He admired it evidently too long. Kyle Freeland didn't like it. So Freeland started yelling at him. Devers yelled back, and the bench is clear. And we got a little we got a little baseball shove match because they didn't like it. I mean, he just.
You know what I don't like?
You
play baseball.
Go. Go.
Go. I'm so done with. Do your job. Oh, he stared at it too long. I'm going to scream at him. Oh, it's coming to your ear hole. Next one. These are the things with baseball that I just want to bash my head against the wall. You stink. You gave up a moonshot. It wasn't the deepest home run, but he hit that thing 8 miles into the air.
And enjoyed watching it.
He enjoyed watching it, started jogging down to first base. What are you getting out of him telling him to run faster? You didn't do your job. You're pissed off. You should be embarrassed about yourself and not worried about how long it takes Rafael Devers to run the bases.
Oh, by the way, congratulations to the Colorado Rockies. As you look at the standings, they're the only ones with an E next to their name. Do you know what E means? They're the only one of the 32 baseball teams with an E next to their name.
Eliminated.
That's correct. Eliminated. And as of last night, they have reached the 100 loss threshold in just 139 games.
Congratulations.
39 and 100 for your Colorado Rockies. They are 39.5 games back. They have a 281 win percentage. By far the worst record in Major League Baseball. In fact, the next worst record in baseball this year would be the White Sox, who are bad. But the White Sox have won 12 games better than them. Now, the White Sox are going to probably hit 100 losses as well. JJ, 115? What are we looking at loss-wise? 120? If there's, what do you play, 162? You played 139, so you got 23 games left. Over under 113.5 losses.
That's why I'm just taking the over. Like, yell at yourself, yell at your owner. Like, you're just an embarrassing display for. That's when you're gonna get tough. Is, hey, you're staring at your moonshot home run too long. Get to first base. Like, take your L and go home. That's all you do. That's all you're good for, Colorado.
The Major League record for worst run differential in a season is minus 345. And we call this the modern era, but it was really 1932. The 1932 Boston Red Sox were outscored by 345 runs. Rockies haven't beat their minus 362 and counting. I mean, they're smashing records. Congratulations to you and your Colorado Rockies. You can't force them to sell, right? You can't force a guy to sell. They did with Daniel Snyder in the NFL.
They got some dirt on him.
Yeah.
That's usually how it works. Is you're able to uncover something.
Let me ask you this. And I don't believe this to be true. And this is people, East Coast talking heads, that have never seen a Colorado Rockies baseball. But there's people who believe that the Rockies are in danger of moving. Now, I don't believe that's true because I think the market supports them. I think they make money there. They draw well. They attend. The attendance is good. People don't love the altitude thing. Do you think that franchise is in trouble at all? Like moving to Portland or wherever they want to put a damn team, Nashville. I know Nashville wants a team. I
never felt that with the Rockies.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I've heard that more than once coming from East Coast-based talking heads that just think, well, I mean, no, why even have a team there? Nobody wants to go there. They can't pitch. They can't. I mean, all the mess.
Just because you stink doesn't mean you're moving. This was not an athletic situation where you're just looking around and going, we're playing here, and what's our options?
I believe that to be right. I've heard it a few times, and it's of interest. All right, Fernando Lobo is going to be in studio coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. Looking forward to sitting down, having a conversation with the UNM athletic director and talk to him about a lot of the things that are going to be different at Lobo football this year, not just on the field, but around the game as well. And why maybe you might want to go out and sample the product. So looking forward to having that conversation with him. Football season is now here, right? You had college football. The NFL kicks off. I got Cowboys, Eagles tomorrow, Chiefs, Chargers on Friday, a full slate on Sunday. I found it a way to make your favorite season even more favorite, and that's Prize Picks, because Prize Picks is really, really fun. You've got sports knowledge. You watch the game. You have expertise in football. Why not turn that into making some money? So here's the deal. Download the Prize Pick app on your phone and just start playing. It's easy. It's quick. It's a good time. Look, you're watching the games anyway, right? You're watching all of them. Why don't you make that time pay off for you? Prize Picks is easy to play. Here's what you do. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. You get your picks right, you can cash in. Prize Picks puts you, the user, first. All your withdrawals are fast and easy. And they even do this. Look, if one of your players leaves the game in the first half with an injury and doesn't return, Prize Picks doesn't count it as a loss. Do this and help yourself out. This is for you. download the app and use the code KNML. KNML. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup, right? And this week, they've got all kinds of things going. They're offering max discounts. So tomorrow night, Dak Prescott, more or less, 1/2 of a passing yard. Huh? On Sunday, Lamar Jackson, 1/2 a passing yard. Travis Kelce, 1/2 a receiving yard. See what they're doing here for you? Go over, download Prize Picks. Use the code KNML. You'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KNML to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
This report is sponsored by eBay. Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it.
In a world obsessed with
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Along on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal, and 94.5 The Pit. Presented by State Employees Credit Union, your trusted partner in financial well-being. Follow the Rams and Storm this season and throughout the playoffs on The Pit and The Sports Animal. Presented by State Employees Credit Union.
Yep, I'm looking at the pages right now.
Thomas's translation company just lost its only 2 Spanish speakers. Without the right replacements, he'll be in problemas.
Sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Doing that little picks for the pool that we're in with the Journal and Channel 7. All right, I guess I got it now. It's a lot of stuff we got to do every week. Trying to remember it all. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Did you catch any of the U.S. Open? Have you watched any of it today? I saw.
I watched the final set last night.
What'd you think?
It's insane that man can still do what he does on the court.
Djokovic is unbelievable. He beat Taylor Fritz 6-3, 7-5, 3-6, and 6-4. And Djokovic is undefeated against Fritz. What is he, 38 years old? The crowd was certainly all about the American. And Djokovic says, I was just trying to survive one of those days where you just have to grind. I don't know who the greatest is. Numbers are numbers, and so we always go by that and whoever won the most. But in an era where there were some really good ones and he's still doing it at this level. Borg was great. Sampras was unbelievable. Right? I just go through them. Nadal. Is he the greatest, Djokovic, as far as tennis?
He's putting that resume together where that could be his slot when it's all said and done.
He'll play his fourth Slam semifinal this season on Friday. Now, he's got to get through Alcaraz. And Alcaraz is the best in the world right now, I think. I mean, him and Sinner are terrific. Alcaraz was a winner against 6-4, 6-2, 6-4. Djokovic leads Alcaraz head-to-head 5-3. He won their most recent. That was in the Australian quarters. It's a fun watch. I caught the ladies on Labor Day. Osaka versus Coco Gauff, which I thought was really good too. Osaka, Naomi, she was terrific. The U.S. Open's fun, man. And it's different than Wimbledon in they don't have to all wear white, and they get to show a lot more personality. And the crowd in New York just loves this event. I've heard this is one I've never been to. And everybody I know who goes to this says it is as good an event as for a spectator as anything they've ever been to.
It does look phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, that New York City crowd just loves on them. But yeah, a little feisty with the crowd yesterday, and Novak wins again, which is, I mean, he's just different, man. He's just a different cat. All right, 505-246-0610. A couple of NFL tidbits for you. Najee Harris says he's poised to play Friday against the Chiefs. This is the running back for the Chargers who was formerly with the Steelers, who had the fireworks incident. Harbaugh, the coach, said that while the player's been cleared to play, insists that it's superficial. He hadn't practiced, right? I mean, how you running him out there? Omarion Hampton is the rookie. How you running him out there? I know he wants to keep his job and everything, but isn't that what you do 6 weeks of training camp for?
Yeah, at this point, it's 5 to 7 carries, maybe.
I mean, what more do you look at it in a place where you figure they're going to run the football, right?
They're going to run the football a lot.
Yeah. All right. The Saints have 8 captains on their roster, and none of them is a quarterback. Isn't almost always the quarterback got a C on his chest?
It's almost a given,
right?
That one of your captains is going to be your quarterback.
Because that's who the referees go to. That's with whom they speak. Neither Spencer Rattler nor Tyler Shuck got the captain designation. Rattler's the starting quarterback. Shuck's the next man up. By the way, they did re-sign Jake Haener.
Are they the team that you just have the least amount of expectations for? Even when you try to say, all right, let's take a step back.
The Browns, yeah.
The NFL, things can surprise. Like, I do not see a successful path for New Orleans this season.
I don't either. And that's why I feel bad for Kellen. I just think he's in such a bad spot. And it's his first head coaching job. And I know there's only 32 of them, and you take them. But I don't see a path to them winning. I don't think their defense is very good. We got a couple of skilled players. Quarterback is such a mess. Yeah, they're the team where you just go, man. Like, how does Kellen do this? Jeffrey sent me a text on Novak Djokovic. 64 semifinals and majors, 24 championship. He's the GOAT. Yeah, it's hard to argue. It really is. I mean, it's really hard to argue. The Giants have their depth chart out for their game against the Commanders. Jackson Dart is the backup quarterback. Jameis Winston is number 3. I think people forget Jameis is there, right? It's Russ, and then the excitement around Jackson Dart is just, it's palpable there. Now, I don't know if he's the answer or not, the future, but they sure do love him there.
He sure laid a great preseason foundation. He didn't look overwhelmed. He executed at a high level. And it's what you want to see against who you're playing in the preseason. Dart looked good. He showed cases of athleticism, throwing a football downfield. You can see why he's already the number 2 quarterback. And got to keep Jameis around so he can eat those W's when you get them.
Yeah. All right. Looking forward to this. When we come back, Fernando Lobos in the studio, the athletic director of the University of New Mexico. Always enjoy catching up with him. What's going to be new at Lobo football? State of the athletic program as you head into the new academic and athletic season. He'll be in studio for a couple of segments with us and looking forward to catching up. Fernando Lobos next. Thanks for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the San
9 FM and AM 610 KNML, the sports animal. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Lobo football home opener Saturday out of University Stadium. 1 o'clock kickoff. Get out there. About 10 o'clock would be good. Stop by Louis Lane. Grab a craft beer. Enjoy the big screens, tailgate. Weather's going to be ideal, and your football team's pretty nice to watch as well. It's the opening drive. Thanks for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck, joined in studio by the athletic director at the University of New Mexico, Fernando Lobo. It's great to see you. First
good
of
morning.
All, good morning.
Good to see you.
Eck said this yesterday, Coach Eck.
Yeah.
He says, I've never been congratulated as much for losing a game by 17 points. I'm going to guess you got the same phone calls.
Yeah, I did. And, I agree with what Coach was saying. I mean, he's trying to build a culture, where we want to win every game. And, I think that was evident in what he said yesterday. And I echo what he said. I did get quite a few messages and congratulatory remarks. But I'll say this. I think what everyone saw is the effort, the energy, and the discipline that our team played with. And, I think back to my years in football, and I remember Coach Meyer would always say, how do you judge your training camp? You look at your first 4 games. And, when that was back 8-9 years ago, when you didn't have 70 new players on your roster like we do this year. And so obviously we were within 10 points there in the second half. But the thing that impressed me the most and what I was so proud of is just the discipline we played with. To have one penalty in an environment of 100,000 fans, I think just shows that, what was being coached in training camp really went through to those young men, and that was really a proud moment.
You and I were both in the building,
yeah.
and it is a scene.
Yeah.
It is one of the premier atmospheres in all of college athletics, but you can see the size difference,
yep.
right? I mean, there's a physical difference. You knew going in what you were facing, and I think you came out facing something differently, meaning you sense the respect that your team earned,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And Michigan fan is a very discerning, probably a little bit. If snob's the word, that's fine. I'll live with that. They won a national championship 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The 2 games prior to you, they beat Alabama and Ohio State, right?
Right.
On the way out, all anybody said was, man, New Mexico played hard.
Yeah.
Man, they're good. You earned a lot of respect as a program. Now, you got to capitalize on this weekend. But I get it. You didn't win the game.
Yep.
You walk out with a check. But I think as valuable as that check may be the respect that you earn, not only from them, but maybe your fan base.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think when you're talking about trying to build a program, I think what you see or what you have to see as a fan and as a supporter is that your team's going to lay it all out on the line. And regardless of the opponent, you're right. I mean, clearly there was a size difference there, particularly along the line, the offensive and defensive line. But our guys never backed down. They never blinked, and they didn't let that cloud their judgment as to how they were going to handle it. And they went as hard as they could, and they never gave up to the last whistle. And I know Coach called that timeout with 3 seconds left.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's play aggressive, build confidence, and capitalize on it.
And I love the way he handled it too,
Yeah.
and shrugged it all off. Fernando Lobo's in studio with us.
Fernando, when you play a game like that and you see how competitive the team was, does that maybe change the thoughts a little bit down the road? Because I know contracts, there's games that are signed so far out, but sometimes even in these money games, you sell, hey, we're going to Michigan, we're going to Ann Arbor, but it's been 60-10, and a lot of times you don't want to watch that game. Just the philosophy of when you play a power conference team, do you want to keep having these things where you can also sell as a trip, or is it, hey, we actually want to maybe, go against someone that's not in the top 20?
Yeah, I think so. A couple things there. Number one, I just think given the landscape of college football, where you see the SEC going to 9 conference games, obviously the Big Ten's there, and the ACC's talking about it, I think the volume of those games is going to go down. There's not going to be as many. Yeah, it has to, right? There's not going to be as many opportunities there. But I'll say this: to have an opportunity to go play Michigan primetime in an environment like that, when all the eyes, and we're still waiting for the viewership numbers, but that is critically important to a place like New Mexico. And then it's even better when you go out and perform well, because that is a 3.5-hour advertisement for this wonderful state. And so I absolutely, and I know Coach shares this vision as well, we need to play one of those games every year. We have to. It's good for our program. It's good for our state. It's good for our institution. And so, but when we look at our schedule composition, and this is something I've talked to Coach Eck about a lot, and I mentioned in my press conference yesterday, we were already trying to morph to a different type of scheduling model where we are going to play one of those games. But for us to be able to play 2 of those games like we are this year, going to play UCLA, I just don't think those opportunities are going to be there moving forward, number one. And also, when we look at a competitive and a healthy program coming out of non-conference, we need to be mindful of that, right? Because we're going against rosters that are certainly far more compensated than we are, and so we want to keep our players safe.
It feels like the formula, and with JJ and I've talked about this for years. You play one of those games, right? The high-profile road game, or where you get a check. You play an FCS at home.
Yep.
You play New Mexico State.
Yep.
And you play a team who's like you.
Exactly it. That's the model right there. And I actually had a conversation with Bronco before he left about I was trying to understand everything, and he shared with me his vision and his thoughts on the scheduling model, and we agreed. And Jason's the same way. It's exactly what you just mentioned. That's good ball against good competition, and games where you can come. If you could come out of conference 2-2 or 3-1, here we go.
Out of non-conference.
Yeah, out of non-conference. Here we go, right? And then we're setting yourself up good for conference. And so I think that model is going to be it's a necessity now because these games are going away, but I think it's the best for New Mexico moving forward.
UNM Athletic Director Fernando Lobo is in studio with us here on the Sports Animal.
With the scheduling changes you discussed with the big conferences, especially out west now, there is the fracture, right, between the future Pac State Conference and the Mountain West Conference.
It's a good one.
I guess when you're looking at scheduling on the West Coast, what opportunities could be there in the future?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see, obviously, the schools that are choosing to leave and pursue other options. They're going to need games as well. I think the regional element to it helps from a financial piece. Obviously, travel and other things are far easier, but we're not going to turn down any option. If we can get a good game that's regional and makes sense for us, we're going to do that. And so I think some of that's going to work itself out. We, as far as our schedule goes, we're pretty set through the 2028 season. And so as we're looking for 2029 and beyond, we're going to have those conversations. And look, we're not going to close any door, because I think the regional element of keeping some of these rivalries or these contests alive, even though we're in different conferences, makes sense. But obviously, there's got to be other elements there to make that happen. But we'll continue to explore that.
All right, football, right? And this is not to dilute basketball. This is not to look down. I mean, everybody understands what basketball is in the state.
Yep.
We've had the conversation. Why did UNM get, I say, left behind? Because
right.
I think that's what it was, right? I think we agree. We won more championships than anybody in your league.
Yep.
Finished higher than any other group of 5 program in the Learfield Cup by far, certainly by 40 spots higher than anybody in your league. More academic all conference than anybody. It's football.
Yep.
And you were asked a question yesterday, and I really appreciated the way you answered this, because it was the right answer. somebody asks you, you've never seen a UNM football game. Why are you making all these changes? And I'm paraphrasing, because changes needed to be made.
Yeah.
Because doing the same thing is going to yield the same results. And so you came in and took a real deep dive, and football game days are going to look different. And Saturday won't be the finished product.
That's right.
And I think that's okay. But I love the way you're looking at it. And I said earlier, you're attempting to do something different,
Right.
and it needs to be done.
Yeah. I think exactly what you said to start that off was, and I'll paraphrase or say it, the definition of insanity is repeatedly performing the same actions, expecting different results. And so we can't do that. We just can't. We have to be different. And I want to give so much credit to my team. When I got in, I challenged them. I said, let's throw everything out there. These are some things I saw at Texas or Ohio State, wherever else I've been, that I've seen that work, that we could scale. What are your thoughts? And so we spent months talking about this. And I think what you've seen is the result of that, right? We've put out some pretty cool things that have received great feedback. Obviously, the Kids Free Initiative, the fan-friendly pricing. And I've said it before, we've got to eliminate barriers to entry. It's so easy to sit on your couch and watch a game. It just is. It's
nice.
It's nice. It's the weather's whatever else.
Beer's cheap. The lines at the bathroom are
right.
minimal.
And I get it, right? And so that's across the board. But specifically for us here at UNM, with the turnover we've had, we had to be different. And I think we've been able to capitalize on that. And so now it turns to, when they show up, they got to have a good time. We have to perform well, and then they got to leave thinking, wow, that was awesome. Let's come back next weekend. And so I think we'll be able to do that.
What do you think? And because I want to get into all these things that are doing, whether it's just right turns only,
Yep.
whether it's the Louis Lane, and we're going to get into this and why people should go out.
Yep.
What and you can tell me both. What's more important, winning or the experience around the stadium?
I think that they are both important in their own right. I think when you talk about winning, I think what it will show that is the investment that we're making in football is worth it, right? And the return on investment. And so I think people focus on that. They hone in on it. The experience around the game, I said it yesterday, a football game's not just a football game. If that's our mindset, then we're wrong. Yes. We're off base there. It's got to be a celebration, an all-day celebration of New Mexico, right? And we've got to do things, new food trucks and menus and whatever else, in-game experience, right? So it's a celebration from the moment you step foot on campus to the moment you hop on 25 to head home or wherever you're going. It's got to be an event. It's got to be a celebration. And so they're both equally as important, and we've got to focus our energy equally on both, because if you get both those going at the same time, watch out.
All right, after the break, I want to get into what's going to be different, what people can look forward to. But I want you to answer this. I've done it, and maybe we've done this the last time you were here, but I want to do it again. Yeah. I do believe it's a minority, okay? Mm-hmm. And there's I got this one guy who pounds us on social media all the time that JJ and I are just idiots, that you should hire a coach for the minimum and just do football and just put everything into basketball. Explain why it is so imperative in today's day and age, because I know you've heard it. Drop football. Okay, mm-hmm. We're not dropping football. Drop down. You're not doing that. Mm-hmm. And just concentrate on basketball, because people here love basketball.
Yep.
Explain why to the person who is that person, why football, it's imperative for football to thrive.
Yeah, I think when you look at it, you look at these next 5 years, right? We have an audition window, and we all do, right, across college athletics. And there will be another round of consolidation or realignment, whatever else you know. These TV deals will come up, and people are always looking to move and do things like that. And so, as you've seen the last 2 or 3 years, all of these realignment decisions and TV deals are driven by football. And you can be successful in football and basketball. One doesn't have to happen without the other.
And you're not cheating on basketball if you support football.
100%. And I think what you see is when you have a successful basketball and football program, everybody in the department wins. Everybody. The financial opportunities for growth are enormous when it comes to football. They really are. But beyond that, the perception, right, of a consistently competitive football program is not only important, it's necessary in these next 5 years.
And if that hasn't been proven, if you don't get it, what happened over the last few
100,
years?
100%. Yeah, I mean, as I said, the conference realignment deals are driven by football. And frankly, the vast majority of your TV dollars in your deals come because of football. And so, you can't neglect that sport. And I think if you have the right momentum behind the program, even though there's been quite a bit of questions or transition, whatever else it might be, it not only is it possible here, we're going to get it done, and we're going to do it together with the success of men's basketball and our other programs, and it's going to be really great for New Mexico.
Not at the expense of, but men's basketball will benefit as well.
That's right.
Because there will be more resources there as well.
100%.
When we get back, I want to get into some of the changes, what people can expect when they go out on Saturday, what time to get there, how to get there, what's going to be going on, some of the thought behind that. Fernando Lobo is in studio. He's the UNM athletic director. We'll do that as the Lobos play Idaho State coming up for their home opener on Saturday. Hey, football's back. Twin Peaks is your front row seat. You can catch every NFL game with 29-degree drafts, scratch foods, scenic views. Plus, Dallas fans, don't miss your chance to win an authentic jersey every single game day. And here's a game changer. Fireball shots are just $3.99 all day, every day, so you can spice up your next watch party without breaking the bank. It's football, Fireball, free jerseys. It's a winning lineup over at Twin Peaks. And don't forget Bourbon and Brews on Fridays in September. Bourbon and Brews every Friday, 5 to 7. You can enjoy barrel-aged bourbon tastings, giveaways, and their legendary lingerie costume parties. Then raise your glass for Sam Adams Stein hoisting at 6 o'clock every Friday this month. Test your strength, win prizes, celebrate Oktoberfest the Twin Peaks way. 2 epic events, 1 unbeatable Friday night, Bourbon Brews and bragging rights. It's only at Twin Peaks.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, The question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They
Opener Lobo football on a Saturday, 1 o'clock, Idaho State. All right, so you got a lot of new things out there. You've got the menu. You got kids get in for free under 12 years old into the north end zone. What is it, Louis Lane? Where can people go to get all the information? You've got a kids zone and food trucks and a Lobo Walk and Jumbotron, and it's all going to be in that north parking lot just to the north of football stadium and the soccer stadium.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so we went live yesterday. We have a brand new game day landing page, and credit to Frank, our wonderful SID. He threw that together, and so we'll put that out today on social media. And I think that's the one-stop shop for our fans. It's got all of the new initiatives, maps, everything else. So we'll be clear everything on one page, and we'll also put out a release today that's going to just be called "What's New at University Stadium." So everything will be synthesized into one area. So a lot going on. There's a lot of different initiatives, but we wanted it that way, right? We wanted people talking about it and asking, "Hey, where do I find out about this?" And also, my DMs are always open on Twitter. So if you got any questions or anything else. It's at FLOVOM as in Mary, and that's it right there. And shoot me DMs if you got questions. I want to hear from you, and happy to answer anything that you might have.
When it comes to kind of consolidating everything, I really do like the idea, but what is the step of, all right, you got people out there, you got them excited. How do you get them through that door?
Yeah. I said it yesterday at my press conference. I look at it 3 ways. One, you got to wake up and think you want to go to a Lobo football game. 2, we got to get you to campus. We got to get you to park, so we got to do things that are exciting there, and then we got to get you in the stadium. And so I think some of those things you saw, obviously, with our Kids Free, right, trying to reach a new fan that maybe otherwise wouldn't have come, so they can bring their family, their prices in there. And we've also we've done things to eliminate some of the things that I've heard about inside the stadium since I've been here. I mentioned yesterday, we've worked with our partners at Levy to add almost 100 new points of sale. Again, we have problems with our infrastructure in our stadium, our concessions.
It's just inherent.
Yeah, it's an inherent problem, something we're working on, but we're not going to let that be a reason why we can't try to improve our service and our experience. So hopefully fans will notice that. So to your point, Jeff, earlier, hey, the lines aren't as bad at home. Well, we're trying to emulate that.
Well, and part of this is incumbent on you as the fan. Yep. Right. If you're kickoffs at 1 and you're leaving your tailgate at 12:50 with a beer in your hand and you're complaining that there's a line to get in, it's kind of on you.
Yeah.
Go in a half hour early. We were in Michigan.
Yep.
You got to get in an hour early.
For sure.
Right? And granted, there's 100,000 people. You've got updated metal detectors,
That's right.
which should move things along.
Yep.
There are more than 2 gates. Everybody loves to go in that northeast and northwest gates.
Yep.
You do have other gates to go into.
For sure. I think, and I appreciate you saying that. You hear people say all the time, come early, be loud, and that's real. The earlier we can get in. By the way, from a football perspective, they're out there warming up 25, 30 minutes before kickoff, and if they see those stands full, that gets them jacked up to run out and play. And so it does have an impact on our program too. But you're exactly right. We've invested in our metal detectors that will help a lot. And if you see lines at gates, I'll be out there with a bullhorn. Actually, got to get one before Saturday.
Yeah, buy one?
I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe Target sells them. But you're right. If those north gates, if they get bottled up, hey, we've got gates to the side, and so we'll be ready to go.
There
we'll
are
be
gates on the
up.
south. So that south southwest side. Almost nobody
Yep.
ever goes in there.
Yep.
You do. Is that one over on the southeast, where over by the practice facility?
That's
Lafayette?
actually the student entry now.
Okay.
So because the students are back on that side of the stadium, so we'll have that dedicated. But you're right, that southwest entrance, we've got
Use
plenty of
it.
availability there for sure. So
Here's the other thing. You will only be able to make right turns. So
Yeah.
if you're used to going into that east lot and you come in off of Yale, you're not going to be able to get in that way. All
That's right.
So everything is right turn. Why? Because this is really kind of the way it's done. So for instance, if you park in Stadium West and you want to enter off of University, you got to go down to Gibson and come back up. And honestly, the traffic's easier that way.
Yep.
So you don't make a left turn. So just keep in mind, whatever lot you're going into,
Yep.
it's right turns only.
100%. We started it for basketball, and I thought it went fairly well. And you're absolutely right. And on that game day landing page, we have specific instructions that'll show if you park in a particular lot or you're planning to, that'll show exactly how you get there. And I do want to mention in Stadium East, I know that's a big tailgating lot, and we've had some issues in the past about not being able to manage what's open, what's not. And so we're actually parking that far more pragmatically this year. So you'll come in, we'll take the lines off ACC, and we'll have some folks that'll help you park row by row so that we can have a better process. And that if we do have a full lot in Stadium East, we can get out ahead of it and we can communicate that to our fans so they're not waiting in line for an hour, right, for a lot that's not open. So we talked with the Balloon Fiesta a bit, and so we've been trying to emulate some areas where we thought were successful otherwise. But yeah, right turns only, and there'll be some learning curve, but we'll get through it.
He's Fernando Lobo, the UNM athletic director, is in studio with us here in the Sports Animal.
You've been able to implement, a lot of things ahead of this football season. Is there one thing that you're most excited that you were able to get on the ground running right now?
I'm really excited about the Louis Lane piece. I think giving our fans something that, like, and I said yesterday, if tomorrow or Saturday we have, a fraction of what we thought was going to show up, that's okay. Those people that show up need to have a great time and then go tell word of mouth, hey, you guys need to come see this. And so I'm excited because I think it's something that's different, that we can have a gathering place for our fans to come together. And then inside the stadium, something I mentioned yesterday, I'm really excited about our scripting in game. That's something that sometimes get overlooked, and you can get really sterile of an environment if you're just PA read after PA read. And so our team led by Casey Byers and Brandon and Jeremy, all of those folks in our in-game experience and marketing, they've really actually took a group of them to Michigan this weekend for some professional development. Yeah, it's awesome, and so we have some more dynamic abilities within our scripting elements, and I think our fans will see an improvement there. As I said yesterday, the ebbs and flows of the football game, that's going to happen, and we need to match that with our intensity and how we're presenting the game to our fans. So I'm excited about that.
What else do you want people to know as they're going out there tomorrow?
Real quick before I go off, I'd be remiss if I didn't even give a shout out. This isn't football, but to Coach Dyke and to John.
What a weekend, huh?
What a weekend. 5-0, 2-0 in soccer, 3-0 in volleyball. Great trip to the Pacific Northwest for our women's soccer team, and our volleyball team went 3-0. So just want to give them a shout out before I get off. And just what else that I want our fans to know is look, we're not going to be perfect, but we're trying. We are trying our best, and that's all we think about. We want to create an incredible in-game experience for our fans, and it starts from when they get on campus. And I mentioned yesterday, but we are going to send out fan surveys after the game and let us know. Let us know what we do well. Let us know what we can improve upon. And we're committed to making Lobo football something that this entire state wants to participate in. And as Coach says all the time, we're New Mexico's team, we're Albuquerque's team, and we're going to represent them the right way.
All right. I got a couple questions for you real quick. Please ask Fernando about Lobo crossing plans, if that will begin soon, or is it on the forever excuses plan like University or like United Stadium? Thanks.
Yeah, no, great question. No, I've actually been fortunate to be part of, I'm on the board of our Lobo Development Corporation, so I sit in on those conversations. Without giving in too much of some of the information, I can tell you that that's real. That's a real thing that's got momentum, and we talk about what's an anchor piece to this just South Campus development. I think that would be one of them. And then obviously the improvements in University Stadium. So it's real, and we're continuing to push forward on that one.
What's the best entrance to use for handicap folks?
Yeah, best entrance would be those north entrances. We have Gate 4 and Gate 8 have the best accessibility avenues there, and obviously that's something we have to improve upon our accessibility in the stadium. But even though those are the biggest and most heavily used gates, they're the most accessible for our fans.
And this one, look, man, you got a 60, almost 70-year-old stadium.
Yep.
Elevators were built back then.
Yeah.
Any improvements on the elevators for the Zia level?
We have not made any this year, other than ensuring that we have the appropriate staffing in the elevators, and so that's certainly on our list. And you're right, they're old. The gears need to be changed. They don't go up and down as fast as they should. So we're working on it. Appreciate the question.
No, and those are fair, and we hear them all. You know, I rent your stadium once a year too, so I hear them as well. And,
for sure.
And I'm familiar with it. And look, there's some things you're gonna have to crawl a little bit.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And then walk, and then run. And it's I hope what people understand. I said this earlier, and JJ, we talked about this. It may not be perfect on Saturday. And that's okay. And you said yesterday, don't be afraid to fail, I think is what you said.
Yep.
The fact that you're being proactive, you're taking steps, there is a plan. And look, some things you're going to say, hey, that worked really well, let's fix that.
Yep.
I didn't really like that. Maybe that wasn't as good.
Yep.
It's trial and error. But the fact that you and your staff are out there, and the number one step to addressing a problem is realizing, man, we got to do something.
That's right.
And I think that's what's going on here. And kudos to what you're doing and the way you're thinking. And I hope people give you a shot. I hope they give you a couple of shots on this thing.
Yep.
And you couple that with a football team that should be exciting to watch, and it should be pointing in the right direction. It's going to take a second. I started a bowl game 20 years ago, said I want it to become a tradition, and realized it doesn't happen overnight.
For sure.
And it here we are in 20 years, and it takes time, and I hope people will be patient with it. But that all said, what's going on here, it's also incumbent upon you, the consumer, the fan, to figure out where to go. Don't say you weren't told I couldn't make a left turn. Don't say, hey, I didn't know about this. It's all right there. Get there a little early. Go in the building, I don't know, before 5 minutes before kickoff, and don't complain about lines. Those things, and go out and have fun, because I think the opportunity is there for you.
Agreed. Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that. We're trying. This place means a lot to me, and I want to see all of our programs be successful. But like I mentioned, I think right now we have an opportunity to seize the moment in football. We played really hard. We put a good showing out on national TV, and now we've got to follow it up. And so I thank you for saying that. And last, our students, I want to give a shout out to our students. We had almost 800 student tickets claimed yesterday, which is awesome. Let's crank that student section up. I said it in a tweet this morning. We play for you, and I mean that. I want our students out there loud and proud, and you set the tone. So I appreciate you, and let's keep that going.
One more on the text line. Please ask about stadium renovation and what's coming and dollar amount dedicated to this. That's an open-ended question.
Yeah, I like it. Well, obviously, we're very fortunate, extremely fortunate to receive some initial funding from our state this year, from our governor, and just so appreciative of that. We actually have a meeting later today where we're looking at some architects and some developers that we're going to try to award someone here in the next couple of weeks, and we'll put that out, and we're going to hit the ground running. I've got a lot of ideas, and if you have them as well, those that are listening, let me know. We're going to solicit your feedback, and this is going to be a collaborative effort, but that is a huge priority for me, for us, and for our institution, and I know President Stokes supports that. And so any ideas are good ones, so let me know, but we're pushing ahead on that one.
JJ, I know I blew the clock up.
Oh, it's all good.
Sorry for that, but this was good. I know you got a lot of stuff going on. Thanks for coming in for some time. Let's do this again soon. We can do this as regular as you want it to be, but great messaging. Have fun this weekend.
Thanks so much. See everyone there. Go Lobos.
He's Fernando Lobo, the athletic director at the University of New Mexico, on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Hour.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
Because we got a big homestand coming up. Big homestand highlighted by, I think the guys were throwing out the first pitch tonight. I think is the kind of highlight. Did you tell Clark about all that? I mean, Forrest doesn't even know who's throwing out the first pitch tonight.
Whoa, what are you talking about?
I mean, he has no idea who's throwing out the first pitch tonight. But that'll be all right. He's like, what? I mean, I don't. Is it Bob Clark? Is it Fernando Lovo? Is it Jason Eck? No, it's just these two idiots with too many teams.
Like the welcome two idiots,
too many teams. That's right. We're throwing out the first pitch. All right. Anything stand out? Let me just tell you what stands out for me, and I'm curious. I love that there's a plan. I'm not telling you Eddie and the group behind didn't have a plan. They did. He's trying to overhaul game day, and I appreciate it. That's all.
I think he has more ability to focus on that right now. I think with Eddie, and especially the last year or two, they knew there was something coming. There was a lot more conference conversation. What's the league going to look like? What do we need to do? NIL era, is revenue sharing coming? And that was a lot of the focus of the prior administration. That's just what they had to deal with. But then Fernando Lovo comes in, and he's allowed to focus more on the game day atmosphere, more on what's going on at the stadium and around the stadium.
Yep, I appreciate that a lot. All right, we come back. Forrest is here. I want to get you up to date on everything that's going on with the latest homestand. It's underway. There's 2 homestands left for you to go out and see. Albuquerque Isotopes baseball. You got Bark in the Park. You got Duke City Hats night, Looney Tunes night, and JJ and I are throwing out a first pitch. It's us, dude. It's
Oh, it is. I didn't know that. Well, I'm excited.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Labor Day.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family.
You get good food, you get entertained, you get chili races, you get Orbit. Who wants a t-shirt?
Who could that be?
Albuquerque Ice Tips are home. It is the Round Rock Express in town, and Forrest is here. Second to last homestand of the year, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast this has flown by. Only 11 home games remaining. We got 5 more this week, then 6 on the road in El Paso. And then 6 more at home the week of September 16th to the 21st. And that'll be it for the 2025 season. So if you want to get your isotopes fix, 11 more chances to do it.
And there will be no more playoffs.
No, we would not make the playoffs, unfortunately. Yes. Only 2 teams make the playoffs, the first half winner and the second half winner, but we are not quite there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got women's sports night on Thursday. Duke City hats, which are really, really nice. Giveaway on Friday. Looney Tunes Bugs Bunny jerseys on Bugs Bunny jerseys. Is that Johnny the Lander modeling those on Saturday, and then Bark in the Park on Sunday. So we got a lot going on up there.
Yeah, we certainly do. Yeah, Women in Sports Night on Thursday will be honoring 4 outstanding women pregame for their contributions to sports. We certainly could not do any of this without their positive impact and contributions to the world of sports. So we're very excited to honor all the women who do great things in our game in baseball and across all our sports as well. The Duke City hats as well on Friday. Nice. They're very slick. It's an all black hat, the Duke City logo on the front in all black with a red trim around it, and then the 505 logo on the side. 2,000. We're giving out 2,000 to the first fans 21 and older on Friday night. It's our final City Route Series game of the season as well. A little pregame concert in the Berm from 5:15 to 6 o'clock, featuring Keith Sanchez and the Moon Thieves, who's a local jazz, blues, folk, and rock artist. So very eclectic sound he's got going. So this will be a really fun pregame concert. Then Saturday, man, I mean, I'm not sure. Even kids today, they got to know who Bugs Bunny is, right?
So. I hope so.
I mean, Looney Tunes is one of the most classic
I hope so.
shows.
Your kid knows Bugs Bunny?
Sure, he does.
All right.
It's not big in the rotation, really.
What is
the Looney Tunes?
What's big in the rotation?
Whatever's popping on YouTube. It's crazy these days.
Well, YouTube, huh? Wow.
Yeah, work on next year's shirt.
Influencers, Minecraft, all that kind of stuff. But
that's a good one.
Yeah, Minecraft would slay. Put that on the list.
I'm about to. Yeah, tell John Traub about this one.
Let Traub know what's up.
Yeah.
Where'd the Looney Tunes just connection come from in getting that in minor league baseball?
Yeah. So I think, Looney Tunes they signed a deal with MILB, and we got the opportunity to have this promotion. And obviously, with Bugs Bunny, one of his most famous sayings of all time was, should have taken a left turn in Albuquerque. And so on the front of those giveaway jerseys, it says in black font above, it says should have taken a left turn at, and then below it's got a big Albuquerque red font. Then a big picture of Bugs Bunny swinging a baseball bat.
That's awesome.
Then on the back it says "What's up, Doc?" and then 25. So and for these, most of our jersey giveaways are for adults 21 and older. But because it's a Looney Tunes night, we wanted to make sure we got the kids involved. And so we have sizes for kids, medium and large, and, of course, sizes for adults, large and extra large. So be one of the first 2,000 fans in the gates on Saturday, and you'll snag one of those sweet jerseys. And they're extremely high quality. The Albuquerque is stitched on there. It's not printed.
Yeah.
It is an incredible jersey, so you're not going to want to miss that.
All right. Plus, you get a little baseball. How about the big club yesterday? What do you think of their act last night? They lost their 100th game yesterday. Congratulations to the Colorado Rockies, first team to 100.
Yeah, first team to 100. I think they've lost 100 3 straight years now. So the first team to do that, I think, since the Astros from 2011 to 13. So look at what the Astros did from 2016 to now, right? So. What was that? What? Was that a trash can? But so with the Rockies losing having their third straight 100-loss season, you'd hope that they can kind of follow in the Astros' footsteps and produce some winning seasons in the years to come with all these high draft picks they're going to get. I know they're very excited about some of the prospects coming up. I know they've had a number of guys this year, like Kyle Karros, Warming Bernabel, Chase Dolan, to impact the club.
Never see back here again.
No, they were not here long. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, what do you make of Shohei's act? 100 home runs.
Yeah.
So JJ gave me the stat. So he hit his 100th home run in his 294th game with the Dodgers.
Incredible.
Okay, so that's one every 3 games, just about.
An insane pace, by the way.
The prior fastest for the Dodgers to get 100 home runs was Gary Sheffield. Any idea what the prior record would have been?
I would guess in that time what, 365?
399.
Yeah.
So almost 400, and Shohei did it in under 300. I mean, he did it in 105 games quicker, which is insane.
That's more than half a season.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, he missed, he's pitching a lot, right? He missed time with an injury, so he's not going to be at 100% while he's swinging the bat out there. I mean, just the things that he's doing are otherworldly, right?
All right, how can people get tickets? Go out and make sure that they're there this weekend and enjoy Isotopes baseball. Go watch JJ and I throw the first pitch tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited. So are you nervous to throw the first pitch out tonight?
No, should I be?
I don't know. I mean,
what do you want me to be nervous about? If I can't,
I'm just asking, right? I mean,
I answered you.
Have you thrown a baseball recently?
No.
All right, I guess it's like riding a bike, right?
I mean, are you nervous about this?
I'm sure once I step on the field, I'll get a little anxious.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm not.
Yeah, that makes sense. My one advice I always tell people is throw it through the catcher. Don't try to get it to the catcher. Throw it through the catcher. That's how you make sure you don't bounce it and,
and wind up on social media.
I mean, I think I'm okay.
Local sports talk host can't throw a baseball.
Yeah, that's right. If they're ripping on the guys, yeah.
No, you'll be fine.
Covered in nachos.
Yeah. Are you throwing it at the same time or are you throwing it one after the other? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, it's your guys' show.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope you do it at the same time. That'd be cool.
We're just the clowns. I mean, you guys, we're just the show ponies. It's your guys.
We're the Wranglers.
Whatever Dylan says, all right, who wants a baseball? That's what it is. All right, go to abqisotopes.com, get your tickets. Go out there. It is the second to last, or that would
penultimate.
Be penultimate is the word for that. Yeah, the penultimate homestand of the season. All right, man. So this is the last time you come in this year, or what?
I think so. At least during the season. Yeah, it's been a fun ride.
You do afternoon for the next one.
Yep, we'll do afternoon. They're doing the switcheroo there. So,
all right.
Yeah, it should be fun. Thanks for having me on all year.
No, appreciate all that you've done, all the info, everything. You do a great job with this.
Thanks, sir. I appreciate that.
All right, Forrest. Enjoy the weekend. Who's your football team, by the way?
Virginia Cavaliers and Furman Paladins. Furman got a big win this week against the William and Mary Tribe. Cavaliers, they're FCS, and my FBS team's Cavaliers. They got a huge win over Coastal Carolina.
You ever check out the Paladins, like the rockabilly band from San Diego?
No.
Find them. Wonderful.
I'll check them out today. Love me some rockabilly.
Right around the radio next, Sean Ryder's in, the beat writer, Lobo Football for the Albuquerque Journal. We'll catch up with him, his thoughts on the Michigan game and what to expect from Idaho State. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610. The Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protect.
9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
What a morning, huh? Lots going on, and appreciate everybody stopping by today. Fernando Lobo was in today here in studio. Good conversation with the athletic director from the University of New Mexico, and you got Isotope's penultimate homestand of the season. Get to go out there. JJ and I are throwing out the opening or the first pitch today, which that should just attract a gigantic crowd in its own right there. You know?
Huge walk-up numbers.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. And of course, on Saturday, out at University Stadium, it is the home opener for Lobo football, coming off the 34-17 loss to open the season in Michigan. You read him every single day in the Albuquerque Journal. He does a great job as the beat writer for Lobo football for the Journal, and just got back from a trip back to his home state. It's Ryder on the radio. Sean Ryder joins us this morning on the Sports Animal. Will you hit the button because mine won't hit? Good morning, Sean Ryder. How you living?
Good, guys. Good to talk to you guys as always.
How was the trip back home?
It was good. It was really fun. It was great to see family. Good to be back in the home state. See a lot of familiar faces, a lot of familiar sights. So I enjoyed it a lot. I've been looking forward to it for a while, and it delivered.
What was the best meal you had?
Ooh, good question. It sounds a little simplistic, but I came home from the airport late when I flew in, and I had a big plate of spaghetti waiting for me. Spaghetti and meatballs from my mom.
Like
so that was pretty good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, nothing like it. Good to see you out there. It's an atmosphere, man, and I know you've been there. There was a decent contingency of Lobo fan up in that far right corner from where you were sitting, and spent the second half with some of them up there. Just the atmosphere. Look, we'll get into how they played, but I was really impressed with how they did not wilt in the atmosphere, because I think you've seen a lot of teams go to the big house, especially group of 5 teams, get down 14-0, and it ends up, 48-3 or something like that. If anything else, I was impressed at their composure and their discipline. 1 penalty for a team that has been the most penalized team in America the last 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the going down 14-0, and Jason Eck kind of talked a little bit about that yesterday and admitted he's like, when we went down 14-0, like we were a little bit nervous because that's usually when things start to get kind of out of hand. And he said the stop to cut it to a field goal and go down only 17-0 after that, and that the following drive. I mean, I think that was right after kind of the batted pick, although I don't have the game flow maybe 100% correct in my head. He said that was a gutsy stop, and I agree. That was it was pretty impressive in the sense of these guys did not roll over in the first half or the second half. They kept going and they kept playing, kept getting stops, and kept trying to put drives together.
Yeah,
wasn't enough, but yeah.
I was sitting next to you on the third drive. It was 14-0. Michigan had it 4th and 1, and they punted. And I was surprised they punted. And I remember saying something to you like, it kind of felt like a mercy punt, right? Because it almost felt like maybe that swung it a little bit, because if they get it there and they score and go to 21-0, maybe it goes another way. But I don't know how you felt about that one.
Yeah, it is kind of an unsung moment of the game because, and I'm sure you remember the crowd too. They weren't booing, but you could really feel they were disappointed that they weren't going for that one right there, right? Like it looked like a very gettable 4th and 1. They've been moving the ball all day. Why not go for it? And, I think a swing is the right way to put it.
And I thought one of the interesting things, too, from that game, and you had a great quote you posted on the X, from Coach Eck about, hey, people are happy we didn't lose this game by 40, and he kind of reiterated it yesterday saying, I've never been congratulated so many times for losing a game. What is the sense that you got just from, being around the players after the game, the coaching staff, about how they felt about the performance of, they don't want to be happy they lost, but...
I think there is, and not a lot of guys are, coming out and, I will say, guys like Jackson Eck after the game, he said, hey, I was really happy we didn't wilt or anything like that. We didn't roll over, we very easily could have rolled over multiple times and we didn't do that. So I think those guys are happy with kind of the fight. They're not happy with the result. Obviously we saw kind of, and I'll probably have a story on it later this week, what kind of happened with, quarterback Jack Lane. I think the official stats had him at 7 hits. He was obviously hit a bit more than that and kind of took a real physical beating. And a lot of the guys in the offensive line I know are really taking that personal. They're not happy with the performance. Starting center Caden Rob-Nett said that was unacceptable, and they got to resolve that. And that was something I kind of noted too, and I'm sure it's kind of changing, or maybe already has changed, as some guys are looking at the team, looking at the game. He felt that after watching the tape back, it was more execution issues on their end than, Michigan's incredible. And that's both kind of encouraging and both kind of frustrating for UNM, but they want to get those things cleaned up, and that certainly seemed to be the vibe I saw at practice yesterday.
What was your biggest takeaway of just the first impression of this Lobo football team?
I think for me, I had been kind of, I don't want to say pounding the drum, but, I had been kind of, writing and podcasting and going on shows and saying, hey, I think this defense can be something. I don't think a 34-17 loss is really this defense is excellent or anything like that. But I do think it was kind of a good step in the right direction. I thought it was a decent showing. Going down, 17-0 and all that, that's not ideal there, right? They did, but some of those are kind of, you had the 56-yard run to Justice Haynes and all that as well. But I do think I was kind of encouraged by a lot of the personnel on the defense in terms of no, this is, you go down a level, I think this still can be pretty formidable against, teams of a similar level.
We'll go back to the Jack Lane thing. We said to Eck on Monday, I said, look, I got it, man. He's tough. We don't need to prove it anymore. It's how much, and I asked him this, I'm curious where you are, how much of him getting beat up like that was offensive line being, just better personnel, Michigan's athletes, as opposed to, I got to be worried about the offensive line, understanding that that's the best defensive front you're going to see all year.
Yeah, I think, we asked him after the game, and X said, he kind of said it was a little bit of both, but, he's like, look, Derek Moore is the best guy we're going to play and all that, too, this season. The best guy in that position we're going to play, right? And then we talked to him yesterday, obviously, and he seemed to really kind of lean a bit more towards, no, look, we got to clean up some things on the offensive line. Yes, Michigan's really good, but we got to clean some things up there. And we did talk with Jack Lane yesterday as well, and Jack made the point to say, like, I was expecting all that. Like, I knew they were going to have an awesome pressure plan. I knew they were going to be able to bring pressure from any number of different spots, and I don't know if we'll see a plan like that anytime this year. So that is, like, certainly, it's not like he wasn't expecting it. He was caught off guard. But definitely, it needs to be protected better in the long run.
Another turn, and Sean Ryder's with us, the beat writer for Lobo Football in the Albuquerque Journal. Another big turn was a scoop and score that was overturned. Jayshawn Barham for Michigan called for targeting. What did you make of the targeting call?
So I think I talked to Jeff Grammer about this in one of our shows after. I think we can do a whole lot about, do we probably need to, look at the targeting rule at this point and say, does the first targeting warrant an automatic ejection? Like,
no.
That's probably a little bit overdue. I don't know if I have very strong feelings on the rule itself. My thing is, I think in slow motion, you can always, on the slow motion replay, you can always talk yourself into that's targeting or that's DPI or that's OPI or anything like that. And I think in slow motion, I think that's when you kind of were like, that might be targeting and all that. In the flow of the game, watching from the press box, and granted, we're higher up, right? Like, we don't always have the greatest view. That's one of the weird things about kind of covering football in that sense. I don't know if that really screamed, well, wow, that's targeting. But I wasn't I didn't dislike that they had the call there, honestly. And I think if you're a Michigan fan, if they did that to Underwood, you'd probably be screaming for targeting too, right? I didn't dislike the call by any stretch. I didn't think it was like truly textbook. But yeah, so I think the big thing is we probably need to address the rule about the first targeting and all that, and whether that is you're getting kicked out of the game, suspended for the next.
I think it's two different conversations. I think we all believe that you should not be ejected on the first targeting. I think we all, you, me, and JJ do. That one specifically, to me, was right on the line. I see where it was hat to hat, face to face, helmet to like the helmet hit first. If I'm a Michigan fan, that's a tough one to eat, though, especially losing Barham for the first half at Oklahoma.
And that's the big thing. If they were going and playing, I don't know, East Carolina next or something like that, who cares, right? Whatever. Go get the next guy up and figure it out. But now you're going to a really good, a team that we're expecting to be pretty darn good, SEC opponent in Oklahoma. So, yeah, it's a tough one for Michigan fans, but I think we probably need to address the rule more than anything else.
What kind of sense did you just get overall about, from Michigan, maybe the fan base, how they felt about the Lobos after that game?
And I'll say this, kind of say this again. I think I've said this publicly too. Like, I kind of couldn't believe and this is not me saying like Lobo fans can't feel good about a loss or anything like that. Like, Lobo fans can feel good about whatever. I kind of couldn't believe like the real time. Like, I put out the post game tweet and asked for like thoughts, and the amount of people that were like, that was awesome. Like, I am like so heartened. Like, I am in, yada yada. I don't know quite yet if it's kind of a different deal, right? Because they lost, but it was kind of a more, we made it really respectable against a P4 opponent that's ranked and all that. Whereas, like, last year, the season opener, they lose to a very good Montana State team, a team that played for the national title, and it was a heartbreaker. It was a last-second loss, 4 seconds left, and Humphrey goes in the end zone to win that game for Montana State. And I think I saw a lot of people then going, I'm absolutely heartbroken, but like I'm kind of locked in on Lobo football now. So I'm curious to see if it ends up, kind of swinging. There's more interest. But I do think it was overall a very positive fan reaction. That being said, that's kind of what Eck is trying to guard against to a certain degree. He said, I've never had so many congratulations for a 17-point loss in my career. We want to guard against that. We don't want guys thinking they actually won the game, really. Like, we need to go out in our home opener and actually get a win so we can keep these guys engaged.
Yeah, it makes this week imperative. I understand the perspective. The team that you just got beat by and competed with, their last two games, they beat Alabama and they beat Ohio State, right? That's who you were playing against. Granted, a little bit different rosters, but not totally. Makes this week really, really important. Like, I don't want to say have to win, but we got an expression on this show. It's a kind of got to win game because to keep the momentum going with Idaho State coming in.
Yeah, I think it is a bit of a key one, right? And we talked about this 4-game stretch for a hot minute, right? You know, you do need to win, absolutely. You probably need to win relatively comfortably in some sense. Maybe 17-point win for New Mexico this time, right? I don't think anybody would be particularly mad at that, and I do think this is a pretty solid Idaho State team because now everybody's kind of looking at what happened to UCLA, and we'll see how they do this weekend too, and going like, well, hey, like if UNM could play them that well, like Michigan that well, why not go to the Rose Bowl and do that? So I think the tenor is changing a little bit on this first 4-game swing that they're starting the season with, but we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Kind of beautiful. The tenor's changing just a little bit.
Gotta enjoy it.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll read you every day. Follow him on the Twitter or on the X if you prefer to call it what it's called. He is Sean Ryder, and he's on the Albuquerque Journal every day. You get your picks in as far as this little NFL pick thing we're all doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
get those in.
Yeah, got those in as well. All right, we'll see you out there on Saturday and catch up with you again next Wednesday.
All right, thanks, guys. Pleasure as always.
Be well. He's Sean Ryder. It's Ryder on the radio. He's locked in during game day, by the way. I was sitting next to him in the press box the first half. He's locked in. He does a hell of a job, by the way, the detail that goes into that. The Journal does really, really, really good coverage.
Yeah, they have great beat writers.
Yeah, they really good coverage. All right, it's yours the rest of the way. I know we've taken it away from you for, an hour and a half or so. But we're open now, 505-246-0610. 505-246-0610. Jump in. Anything you've heard over the last hour, you're welcome to get in on. We'll reset for you as well. Hey, my backyard, my front yard, it looks amazing. Why? Because LaBarge Landscape came over and took care of it. It got away from me. It just got unruly. It wasn't like the eyesore of the neighborhood, but it might have been on its way because I travel a lot and I don't have a ton of time and I don't love it and doing the yard work and I'm not really good at it. Well, they are. LaBarge Landscape took care of that. I needed a cleanup, and my sprinklers needed to be tended to. Now my yard looks great. They seeded the backyard, the bare spots of my grass, so that's all coming back in. I actually hung out there the other night and just looked around and go, wow, this is really, really cool. You can have a backyard that you love as well, front yard too. LaBarge Landscape will make it happen for you. They got over 80 years of experience and been doing it for 32 years in our market, giving Albuquerque people that yard that they dream about. Got a picture of what you want. You kind of have a pretty good idea of what you want your landscape to look like. Call LaBarge. They'll get the job done for you. Don't really know what you want to do, but you know you want to do something. Give them a call. Have the LaBarge Landscape design team come out and help you create something stunning. Maybe you want, I don't know, a retaining wall or water feature or putting green, or you want it all. They'll turn it into reality for you. New sod, new sprinkler system, zero scaping, so you don't have to water. LaBarge Landscaping can do it all. And there's great weather to enjoy it because you enjoy it all year long here in Albuquerque. You're going to get years and years of love out of that landscape transformation. You are going to dig it when you call LaBarge Landscape. I'm glad I did. I know you will be glad as well. Don't wait till spring to do it. Do it now. Enjoy fall. Enjoy the most beautiful weather we get all year long. LaBarge Landscape. Go online, look at their gallery, their pictures. It's at LaBarge, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, LaBargeLandscape.net, and then call 505-345-3000 to make an appointment. 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer.
All right, a lot out there for you to talk about at 505-246-0610. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. Want to remind you we got a ton of football coming your way. Here on these Sports Animals starts tomorrow. Cowboys and Eagles open up the NFL season. Our coverage will start at 5 o'clock here on these Sports Animal. Friday night NFL, Chiefs, Chargers. 5:30 our coverage starts here on these Sports Animal. Saturday, Oklahoma State and Oregon. That's the Mike Gundy, they make too much money game where Dan Lanning's going to just put it on him, I think.
Oklahoma State, you want to win, you got to pay more money.
Yep, go out and take your 28.5 points. It's 1 o'clock. Of course, over on News Radio KKOB, our coverage of Lobo football will start at noon. Lobos in Idaho State. And then NFL Sunday, Giants and Commanders here. The early window on these Sports Animal. Patriots and Raiders will be over on KTBL. Bills and Ravens in the evening window. And then Monday Night Football, Bears and Vikings. If you're listening to the National Football League on the radio, remember you're listening to 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. NFL news. Elijah Vera Tucker, significant arm injury right ahead of the opener. The right guard for the Jets. Injury in practice could require surgery. It's a big offensive line injury for the Jets ahead of their opener. And look, a team that wants to rely on their running game quite a bit and protect the quarterback in Justin Fields. Who do you like in that game, by the way? It's the first time they said in the history of the NFL that quarterbacks who've essentially traded spots, this is Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields, are going to play each other in the opener. Who do you like in that one?
I got Pittsburgh because I just think defensively they can really suffocate the Jets offense. And if it's one of those games where Justin Fields is able to run wild, I feel like that's the only way the Jets are going to be successful in week one.
I find that to be the right answer. And until I see the Jets offense, I mean, I'm kind of pulling for Justin Fields because I like him. I'm just not sold on it. And until I see something happen there, I don't think Breece Hall's the guy. I'm just not sold on their personnel. And so that's why I go the other way. And I think that Steelers defense is going to be really good. This came out this morning as well. David White, who is the interim executive director of the NFL Players Association, is talking about the schedule and basically said that he thinks it's inevitable, or not inevitable, that they're going to 18 games. I think we all think that an 18-game regular season is coming. We just went to 17, 2 years ago? Feels really recent that they went from 16 to 17 games.
Yes.
The White said that there has not been any conversations with the league about expanding the length of the regular season game. So it was 2021 when they went to 17 games. This is another 21, 22, 23, 24. This is the fifth year. White said he had meetings with Roger Goodell a couple of weeks ago. Good start to the relationship. It was open and respectful. Well, that's good. And he said the league has the right to bring any issue they want to the table and presumably to propose what they're willing to give to receive what they want in negotiation. But we'll see then what happens. He said, we haven't talked about it yet, and certainly it's not inevitable and should not be presented as such. I think that's news because I do believe it has been presented as such, don't you? That it's inevitable that the slate's going 18 games.
It feels that way.
Yeah. No, I think that they want to put the Super Bowl on President's Day weekend, which will eventually give you that day after Super Bowl off because it'll be a Monday and President's Day weekend.
I'm down.
Have 2 buys per season per team. And
especially with the addition of international games, which at some point probably could even be 1 per franchise.
Which I think is going to happen. Everybody's going to probably play at least 1 international game per year. Yeah, I think that's where this whole thing is going. And so, but he says it is not inevitable. Okay. I mean, if that's what you're telling me, that's fine. But that doesn't mean it's not going to happen either. All right, when we get back, I want to get into this. UNLV plays UCLA this weekend. I don't know how you feel about the line between cocky and arrogant, between bulletin board material and just saying something to the media. I'm not sure, where you all that stuff, where you draw the line. But I got a quote for you, and we'll get there because it's going to be really interesting how you feel about this. And how close are you going to watch UCLA this weekend? I mean, quite a bit,
oh, yeah. Right? It's definitely one that you get a double dose of what's ahead.
Hell yes. 2 of your future opponents. So I want to get into that. It surrounds the UCLA-UNLV game, which is coming up this weekend in Las Vegas. So we'll do that when we get back. You're planning events, and it's coming up on holiday party planning season. Albuquerque Convention Center has you covered. Make your first call, and really your only call, to the Albuquerque Convention Center. Where do you hold events? You go to events there and you love them. Why not host yours there as well? Whether you're having a small meeting, a private gathering, a little party, a company celebration, a conference, large expo, let the team at the convention center take you above your expectations. Their service, their catering, are phenomenal. The facility is terrific. It is incredibly easy to get to. It's in the heart of downtown Albuquerque. Parking and plenty of it adjacent. Art on every wall, mouth-watering food and drink options. Your guests will be impressed at every turn. Right there in Albuquerque's downtown. I do events there every year. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl hosts our teams there every year on Thursday night. Why? Because they do a great job of taking care of our guests. We rely on hospitality. This is what they do. Take your event to the next level. Go online, look at their spaces. I know you've been there. AlbuquerqueCC.com is the website. AlbuquerqueCC. And then give them a call. 505-768-4575. 505-768-4575. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great race, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
He's going to host UCLA this weekend. That's UCLA's quarterback, Nika Ama-Ala-Eva. Ama-Ala-Eva. That's how it says. Ama-Ala-Leven. That's the guy that came from Tennessee. Remember he wanted more money? Went to UCLA. He got beaten. Well, he got beat. His team got beat 43-10 by Devin Dampier in Utah in their opener. Nico was 11 of 22 for under 36 yards, a touchdown and interception. Was not great, so they look back to bounce back against the Rebels in Las Vegas on Saturday. Rebels were 2-0. They beat Idaho State and Sam Houston State. A lot of transfers on this team, including a guy named Morris Brown. He's a defensive back. He told this was like the number one player in the portal. Okay. This is the DB from UNLV talking about UCLA's quarterback. Quote, honestly, nothing really sticks out to me about him on tape. You know, the past, there's been talk about 5 stars this, 5 stars that. I've been around plenty of 5 stars and 4-star players. Don't scare me. I played competition higher than them, including Alabama and all that. Going against a guy like Nico, there's no surprise, no excitement, nothing like that. End quote. What do you think of that?
Dude, I'm all for it.
All
If
right.
you're going to talk, back it up, and then just be prepared that if they make plays and they come out on top, you're going to hear about it after the game.
The player who's speaking got an interception in both of UNLV's first 2 games. He started his career at Kansas State, went to USF, now he's at UNLV. All right. Talk it. If that's what you see. And it's up to Nico now to say, oh, really? Let's see what you got. He's calling you out, Nico Amalia. I'm leaving. Now go see what you got. 505-246-0610. Edward, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Edward.
Well, gentlemen, all this talk about 5 stars, it makes me want to dust off the 5-star picks. I might have to do that. Speaking of 5-star, in the city of Austin, where I spent the last 4 or 5 days, there's 10-star picks, but I'm not talking about what's on the football field. Hey, gentlemen, I got to say this, Jeff. I was watching one of the main games this weekend, and they had an image that flashed, and it was you. And they talked about the MVP of the New Mexico Bowl, and there you were. And I was like, who's this devastatingly handsome and tragically brilliant man presenting a trophy? I forget what game it was.
That was
Who
last
the
year's,
MVP last
it
year?
was
the
last
Mexico
weekend.
Bowl?
It was Josh Hoover. I just looked up and saw that as well, and then my phone blew up. It was Josh Hoover, the 2CU quarterback, and they were talking about him, who, by the way, had an unbelievable game, not only in our game, but on Monday night against North Carolina. And I look up, and they were talking about him winning the player of the game in last year's just led a New Mexico Bowl, and there was my bald head giving him the thing. Yeah, we got about three seconds of National Pub on ESPN the other night.
Three more than I've ever had, and I was like, who's that handsome guy with light blue eyes? Anyway, hey, tonight you're throwing out the first pitch, you and JJ. Why not do you could do the win the Triple Crown. Do that, sing the national anthem, Carl Lewis style, and do the hot dog race. I think you guys should go for the triple threat tonight.
I'll make it up to you. I'll make it up to you.
Hold on now.
Hold on now.
Okay. U.S. Americans. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the Alabama coach. Trust me on this. As certain as I'm going to have another great weekend, there's already buyout talks. You don't think that whoever runs the Alabama's program could call 140 of his friends and say, hey, I need $70 million. I need $500,000 from you in the next few weeks, and we'll make it up to you on the back end, right? Whether your family needs cars, free tuition, you need another house by the lake, those conversations are already in play, and that guy will get bought out. I guarantee that. I'm giving you the Men's Warehouse guarantee.
So by when will he get fired?
I would say.
You think it during the season?
Late October.
Oh, damn. All right.
Late October. I'm just using that as an example. $140 million. Hey, give me $500,000. I'll make it up to you on the back end, right? It's doable. Very doable at Alabama. Generational wealth. So that was one thing. The football was amazing this weekend. Hey, Texas, I look at Texas, and now they were critical of Arch Manning. They went into the defending national champions, tough environment, the horseshoe, and they lost 14-7. He was thoroughly confused by a 3-time defensive coordinating Super Bowl champion who stumped the greatest quarterbacks in the league for over a decade. So, and they lost 14-7. They try the tush push. They can't score from the one. He throws an indescribable interception. I think Texas is going to be fine, quite honestly. I really do. And he's going to improve, and I think that we'll see that. Hey, when's the last time UNM State and Highlands all won on the same weekend? You probably talked about this, but Highlands win this weekend as well. So New Mexico won.
UNM didn't win. Man, we're talking about it like it's a damn win. They didn't win. Yeah, they didn't win.
But I'll consider it a win.
They lost by 17.
Yeah. New Mexico State won, and then Highlands won. So I think there's great things coming, and I'm excited about New Mexico football.
Yeah.
So,
all right, man.
Anyway, hey, you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for letting me share a few thoughts.
Yep, see you. So, will you drop that, please? There we go. I got it. There's this feeling around here like the Lobos won, and I get it, and I kind of like the feeling. we do have to keep results in mind. Will you hit that? Thank you. Terry, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, JJ. Lobos played well. Glad when the AD came in. I remember calling 3 or 4 years ago about that no left turn. It's just the borderline fan, trying to keep them to come back. The other thing was I wish they'd give support maybe to the guys that are taking the money. I know one time, they all wanted credit cards, and some guy stood there for 10 minutes saying, I don't have a credit card. Have some assistants say, well, now you need to go somewhere else and all that. Glad the students are going back to the east side for that level. Maybe they can let the opposing team know, their relationships with their family members. JJ, does on your post-game show, do you guys take calls?
No.
No, okay. That's fine then. I was kind of, I was listening. You guys did a great job, so I just thought, it wasn't me. I was stepping aside listening, but I thought, maybe some of the fans would call in. But since you don't take the calls cold, that makes it easier because I was going, God, they should be excited because I have the fact of sometimes the fans more want to call when it goes south than when it goes well.
100%.
So that's what. Now,
If you got
on
someone that wants to host a
targeting
call-in
rule,
show, go for it.
On the targeting rule was, I think even the Miami Notre Dame game, they had the call. Luckily, it got rescinded. It defended you guys saying it shouldn't be an automatic ejection because the guy they had up in there that was supposed to be the expert says, it looks like he maybe brushed it, so I'll accept the targeting if they call it. And luckily, they rescinded it because I'm going, wait a minute. A kid's going to be kicked out for a half and then another half a game, and you're going something that you can't even tell for sure. Now, I'm all for player safety. Obviously, my son had concussions. Well, my daughter got concussions playing soccer, too. But, I think they need to look at that a little bit towards the time. And last little bit, I know it's all Lobos, but I'm going, is prime time now daytime time up there in Colorado? Because that was kind of a sad ending of the game.
Yeah, it didn't handle that well. Yeah, it didn't handle that well at all. No, I know.
Yeah, their last 2 minutes. I wonder if all the shine's gone. I wish him the best of health. I know he's going through a lot of issues that way, but I'm wondering if that time's going to come to a short end or if he's going to move on because. Yeah, you run like 2 or 3 plays in a minute and a half. It's just kind of
that needed to be better.
That wasn't good.
All right, Terry.
Well, you guys have a good day. Take care. Be safe.
All right. What's with this? Yeah. All right. What do you want me to do on? Let's go to 5. What do I got there? Lamont. Good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Lamont.
Good morning, brothers. How you doing?
Good.
Hey,
how you doing?
Want to call and say, hey, I have no problem with anybody like calling out a 5-star recruit. What does 5-star mean anyway?
Right.
I mean, like, I've seen people run through everybody. And, anyway, I'm going. I forgot what I was saying.
All right. See you, man. Is he gone? All right. Ben, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Ben.
Morning. Thank you for taking my call.
Good. What's up?
No, I was just going to say in regards to the buyout for Kalen DeBoer, I think just getting $70 million like that might be a little bit harder than people think. I mean, Alabama has money through the football program. I'm not sure how deep the boosters are at Alabama. Now with the NIL stuff, they do not have the money like Texas A&M, University of Texas, SMU, schools of that nature. The University of Alabama is one of the poorest states in the country, so they make a lot of money through their football program. They'll always have money for that. They can buy out Kalen DeBoer anytime. But just thinking that Alabama and their alumni just have a bunch of money, that might be false. They used to make a bunch of money through their football program themselves before NIL. There's schools out there that have big money. Southern Methodist University, Southern Millionaires University. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, no, that's really good. I don't think it's as easy as people like $70 million in this day, in this day of NIL and having, I need money for players. I need, look, man. But I don't know what the breaking point's going to be there now. Greg Byrne's going to start falling under pressure. He's the athletic director if they don't start winning. and you start saying, all right, let me take a look at what Alabama is. They're still ranked, right? But how long, like, what's your expectation? My expectation is not to be ranked. My expectation is to win every damn game, not to lose to unranked teams, and to win. They play Louisiana Monroe this weekend. Kind of feel for Aiden Armenta and that Warhawk team. Then it's Wisconsin, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Missouri, Tennessee, South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma. That's a hell of a freaking run right there, dude. Wisconsin, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Missouri, Tennessee, South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma. They better start winning football games. Wrap it up and get you set for the day. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Chiefs, Chargers. Are you buying into the imminent fall of the Chiefs this year? Is it over? 505-246-0610. Your emails come in. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Are you in? Is it over for the Chiefs?
No.
I don't think so either. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes are still there, right? Defense is still pretty
I
good.
love how everyone says, look at Patrick Mahomes' numbers last year. Yeah, they weren't great. And where did that team end up?
Super Bowl.
Okay.
They're the champions of the AFC, right? Just making sure I understand that, too. All right, 505-246-0610. Fred, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Fred.
Something kind of cool last night and the night and last week, too, is Coach Eck invited fraternities to show up at the coaches show, and there must have been probably, I'd say, at least 40 kids show up for the coaches show, which is cool. And they were really excited when they announced about the seating, too. The seating's not in the end zone anymore. It's back behind the teams and stuff. So I thought that was really cool. And then it was neat when Lobo today mentioned that I don't think I've ever heard of the 800 tickets sold the very first day they allowed for the kids to come. So he's doing a great job of getting around to the fraternities, sororities, and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was cool. And what does it mean when a team in the top 25, you mentioned something about this, but a team like Michigan winning by 17. I don't remember ever a team losing ground by 1. They went from 14 to 15. Yeah. I don't know what that means. You know, does that mean the Lobos? What? I couldn't tell you, but I just thought that was kind of funny. And last but not least, you're talking about the poor old Colorado Rockies, and I keep supporting them a little bit. You know, they're ahead of St. Louis, Milwaukee, Texas, Seattle, and Detroit. 2 of them are first-place teams, and St. Louis always has great crowds, but they have more fans attending the game up to yesterday than all those schools. I mean, not schools, all those teams.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all.
Yeah, no, appreciate it, Fred. Thanks. People go out and watch them, man. Like people go out and watch them. It's a great ballpark. It's a great town. It's a great area. Lodo's nice. Yeah, people go watch it. People watch the Isotopes too. You know, Isotopes are leading the league in attendance. New Mexico United hasn't won since June 21st. That's 2+ months. People still go out and watch them. There's places where it's fun to go to a ball game or fun to go to a game. They're still 39-100. 39 wins, 100 losses. 39-100. 100. And enjoy that. No, it's at some point, does that dry up? That's a fair question. At some point, does that just dry up for you? And I don't know that it will. I guess we've accepted losing around here, right, with the Isotopes. Right? We just go out to the ball game. Hey, who's playing? Oh, Jeff and JJ are throwing out the first pitch today. Okay, cool. Let's go out and have a beer and watch those idiots throw the ball. Right? Hey, they're going to wear Bugs Bunny shirts on Saturday. We've accepted that around here. It's the way it is.
Yeah, but I also, even in cities like Albuquerque or other places that quote unquote have a professional sports team, I think there's an understanding that you're not invested in your minor league franchise like you might be others. Like when it comes to wins and losses, like that's a small portion of the fan base that shows up
for the wins and losses. What about United? It's totally different.
I think it has a different vibe.
I mean, even when the Scorpions were here, it mattered if they won.
Of course it did.
Right? I just don't think it ever has mattered. And I will stand on this contention that the majority of people that go up to a game at Isotopes Park have their ticket that used to be in their hand. Now it's in their phone. Don't know who the other team is. Don't care who the other team is. And when they leave, I would say more than 50% don't know if they won or lost.
Well, I think it's different. And yeah, United say that their USL Championship, they control their roster, and to me that is a whole lot different than holding a minor league baseball team to a certain expectation that is there to filter players up to the big leagues.
They were talking about Kalen DeBoer getting bought out and changing. If United continues on this path, you see changes in the front office coming at the end of the season.
Fan base is screaming for it.
They want the coach out. What about the guy who puts the roster together?
I don't know if a lot of people know that they have a sporting director.
Sporting director is what they call it. Yeah, it's like their general manager, right? That's soccer for general manager.
It is all about Dennis Sanchez.
So because they're convinced that they got a great roster, right? And that it's the head coach who came over from Vegas after beating you in the playoffs last year, which was a really interesting move, right? Your coach, he beat us in the playoffs. He must be the guy. And he's come over and people want him out. But what about the GM/sporting director who put it all together? I mean, do you think the roster is really good? You watch them way closer than I do.
It definitely feels like it's taking a step back.
Them won in 2.5 months. They're in 8th place and holding on to the final playoff spot. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. The Jim Rome Show follows that. You get A. Marie in the afternoon today. Live from Japan, I think, right? A. Marie in the afternoon coming up at 4. We're back with award-winning radio tomorrow morning. And then you get Isotopes at Round Rock. We'll throw out the first pitch today. Come out and see us. We're back tomorrow morning with award-winning radio starting at 7 a.m. Adrian, great work, man. 3 cameras today, huh? He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you?
Huge.
Enjoy it. Hey, be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros